Have you ever stopped to think that even with all our technology, satellites, telescopes, and advanced science, there are still places on this planet that simply don't make sense? Places that defy everything we know, where the laws of nature seem to work differently, and where science, even today, has no explanation. It's as if the world deliberately hides secrets just to remind us that we are not as smart as we think. Today, you will discover 10 mysterious places around the world where science collides with the impossible and comes up empty. And let me warn you, the last one on the list is so unbelievable, it may change the way you see reality. Let's start with the Bermuda Triangle. This is perhaps the most famous mystery spot in the world. Located between Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda, this area became notorious for countless cases of ships and airplanes that vanished without a trace. Reports describe compasses spinning wildly, instruments shutting down unexpectedly, and entire crews disappearing. Science has tried to explain it with violent storms, rogue waves, and even gas released from the seafloor, but none of those theories cover every case. And what's scarier is that modern disappearances are still reported there today. Moving on, let's visit Lake Hillier in Australia. Imagine a bright pink lake that looks like it's been painted. Surrounded by green forest and lying right beside the deep blue ocean, the contrast is surreal. Scientists tried to explain the color through algae and bacteria, but no explanation fits completely. The lake remains pink all year long, even when water samples are removed and placed in containers elsewhere. It's as if the lake has its own secret that no one can reproduce. Now let's travel to Japan, where we find the Dragon's Triangle, also known as the Devil's Sea. Located near the Japanese islands, this region has a reputation similar to the Bermuda Triangle. Ships disappeared, fishermen vanished, and strange lights were reported in the sky. In the 1950s, the Japanese government even restricted navigation in parts of the area because of so many tragedies. Science has never fully explained all the cases, and the Dragon's Triangle remains one of the greatest maritime enigmas on Earth. Another strange place is Aokigahara Forest, also in Japan. This forest is known for its eerie silence, since the dense trees absorb the sound of wind. But what really draws attention are the stories of compasses malfunctioning inside the forest. Volcanic minerals in the soil might be a partial explanation, but visitors insist their devices go haywire even in areas with no expected interference. It's an environment where nature itself seems distorted. Heading to South America, we find the Nazca Lines in Peru. These massive figures drawn into the desert depict animals, plants, and geometric shapes that can only be seen clearly from above. The most intriguing part is that they were created by an ancient civilization with no planes or satellites. How did they design such huge, precise figures without seeing them from the sky? Science suggests ropes and stakes, but many details remain unanswered. To this day, archaeologists still debate their true purpose. Another mystery lies in the Dead Sea, between Israel and Jordan. This lake is so salty that no life can survive in it, but at the same time, it allows the human body to float effortlessly. While science understands the salinity, visitors also report strange phenomena, like sudden changes in water color and unexplained hot spots. It almost feels like the lake has a life of its own. In Germany, there's the Goseck Circle, a stone construction older than Stonehenge, built with perfect circular alignments and trenches. Archaeologists believe it served astronomical purposes. But how could such an ancient civilization align massive structures with millimetric precision to the winter solstice? They had no advanced technology, yet they seem to hold profound cosmic knowledge. Science has partial answers, but much remains unclear. And what if I told you there's a waterfall where the water seems to defy gravity? On Mauritius Island in the Indian Ocean, there's a natural illusion called the underwater waterfall. From above, it looks like the ocean itself is plunging into a giant drop. In reality, it's caused by currents dragging sand and sediments into deeper areas. But the effect is so perfect that even pilots say it feels like seeing a waterfall in the middle of the sea. Even with explanations, the visual impact still feels impossible. Now let's go to Siberia, home to the mysterious Kola super deep borehole. This is the deepest hole ever drilled by humans, reaching over 12 kilometers down. The goal was to study the Earth's interior, but engineers encountered strange phenomena. Temperatures were far hotter than expected, and equipment constantly failed. There are even urban legends claiming that microphones lowered into the hole recorded strange sounds. Science never confirmed this, but the Kola borehole remains one of the strangest experiments in history. And to close our list, let's head to Antarctica, where we find Lake Vostok. This lake lies buried under 4 kilometers of ice, isolated from the outside world for millions of years. When scientists drilled into it and collected samples, they discovered signs of microscopic life not found anywhere else on Earth. The question is, how did these organisms survive so long with no contact with the surface? And could there be more complex life forms hidden beneath? Lake Vostok might even be the key to understanding how life could exist on frozen planets elsewhere in our solar system. These 10 places prove that even with all our technology, the world is still full of mysteries. Every unanswered question reminds us that we're only scratching the surface of what truly exists. Places that defy logic remind us that Earth still holds secrets as big as the universe itself. And now I want to know your opinion. Which of these places amazed you the most? The Bermuda Triangle? The Nazca Lines? Or maybe Lake Vostok hidden beneath the ice? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Share this video with someone who loves mysteries. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next stories. Because in the end, the greatest explanation science has never given us is just how much more the world still has to surprise us.